my name is Ella, and guess what time it is? It's cookie time! This year I'm planning on selling 200 boxes or more. Please help supporting my troop by buying 1 boxes or maybe even 2 if you want to. My troop is planning on going on an exciting trip and helping my community. Please help support me by buying 1 box or more. Bye!
What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly sports history for January 27th, 2025. I'm your host, Jim Montgomery. Welcome to a Victory Monday edition of the podcast. The Eagles are going to Super Bowl 59. What an impressive performance. 55-23. They scored 8 touchdowns yesterday. 8. Whew. So, as we always do the day after, these are my initial thoughts. Haven't really watched any highlights, news shows, didn't really get on social media. And truthfully, the timing of my drive home yesterday, I didn't even really get a chance to listen to the post-game show like I normally do. So this is just my thoughts from the game. I'll look at everything today and have more ins and outs of that. But the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. And can we finally put the Jalen Hurts can't pass narrative to bed? Seriously, hands down his best performance of the season, and he saved it for the perfect time when the lights are the brightest. Jalen steps up, and it obviously was a team effort, but Jalen was the cog that made everything go. He was sharp passing the ball, didn't look like he had any type of ill effects from the knee injury. He was running the ball well, looked like he was in command of that team the entire time. And please, 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 can we put that to bed? I mean, again, I've been saying it all year, but if you have Saquon doing the things that Saquon has done this year, there's no need for it. But Jalen now has shown in the Steelers game, he's shown in this game, that when he has to, he can do it. He's going to have to in 2 weeks against the Chiefs. But there's no doubt in my mind that he'll be able to do that. So please, can we put that to bed? I mean, there's no need for it at this point. There's no need for it. Saquon was absolutely amazing. And again, this is why he came in here. And he did exactly what he needed to do. AJ and Devontae and Dallas made great catches. Will Shipley even got involved, which that was a cool moment with Saquon trying to make sure he got him the ball and everything like that. But just an amazing, amazing performance. The defense played well and did what they had to do. Really never, with the exception of that first drive and then right before the half, I hate when they go into that zone prevent or whatever it is and get soft. But for the most part, from start to finish, this team dominated. And of course, Jake Elliott missed an extra point, but I feel like that's just the way things go now. It's our we win when he misses extra points, apparently. But we'll have 2 weeks to get prepared for it. Lots of things to talk about over the next 2 weeks, but let's just enjoy this. What a game. What an atmosphere. What a crowd. I mean, it was just fun from start to finish. And the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 years. And one of the guys in our season ticket group brought his son, who I think is like 16 or 17. And we made sure he knew that the fact that he's experiencing this during his formative years as an Eagles fan is just incredible. Because when I was 16, we didn't even know what playoffs were, let alone Super Bowl appearance. So Philly, enjoy this one. What a game. What a game. Let's take a look at our 3 keys from yesterday and see how we did. First key was impose your will, prove that you're the better team, and just dominate from start to finish. And I think they hit that. I think it was basically, just like I said, a methodical, just you were the better team, impose your will. And listen, not to take anything away from Washington. They're going to be trouble. It's probably starting next year, but we'll deal with that next year. Let's go out and win the Super Bowl and then deal with next year. But I think they just went out. They were the better team, and that's what they went out and did, and just absolutely dominated that team from the jump. Do your jobs was the second key. I think everybody did their job, starting with Jalen, the coaching staff, Nick Sirianni, Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio, the defense, special teams, just a total team effort. Gutsy performance by Landon Dickerson with the bad back. Cam Jurgens with the bad back. And everybody did what they needed to do. The crowd was on fire. Everyone did their part in this game. Third key was take what they give you on defense. Yep, Jalen was passing when he needed to. They ran when they had to. It was good to see a couple tush pushes in there. I do got to say, it's kind of funny. Never heard the referee say, "I'm going to award a touchdown if you don't stop jumping off sides," which was crazy to me. But it was good to see the tush push back and working well. And I gave you the bonus yesterday about being aggressive. They didn't really need to be as aggressive as they needed to be. They did go there. I think one time they went for fourth down and got it. Jalen with a nice pass to AJ. I think it was AJ caught that pass. But overall, they hit the three keys. Defense with 3 turnovers. Special teams with a turnover. We're going to the Super Bowl. And quite honestly, I'm glad they're playing the Chiefs. I know a lot of people are like, oh, here we go, Chiefs, Eagles. Most of those people are not Chiefs or Eagles fans. But listen, what better way to win your second Super Bowl than to beat the team and avenge the loss from 2 years ago? They did it with the Patriots. They're going to do it with the Chiefs. And you know what? Bring on the Swifties. Bring on Patrick Mahomes. Bring on Kelsey. Big Red. You come back too. And we got a little something for all of you guys. But what a win. Let's celebrate. We'll enjoy it for a couple days. Start looking ahead and breaking down things. Listen, I started this podcast 2 years ago during that Super Bowl run. And that whole 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl, we had a lot of fun. Plan on having a lot of fun leading up to here. Going to continue to do our forgiveness for the next week or so through the month of January and make sure we get those good vibes and the good karma. But Eagles 55, Washington 23, going to the Super Bowl, baby. Absolutely. I am pumped. No reason I should even be up this early, but I'm ready to go. I'm feeling good. But as we always do the day after the game, time to vote for the GOAT of the game. And I mean, you could choose any number of people for this. And if you want to choose somebody that I'm not giving you, I think it comes down to 2. I think it's either Jalen or Saquon. I'm going Jalen on this one. He saved his best performance of the season for the biggest game, the biggest stage. The lights are the brightest. He is nothing but a money player that just wins. And hopefully now the doubters put that aside. Can we stop with that? But who do you got as the GOAT of the game? 267-495-8531. That is the Back to the Future voice and text line. I'm going Jalen, but who do you got? An early line on the Super Bowl. I checked this morning. Chiefs are 1.5 points favored. That's all right. That line, I think before 2 years ago, the line flipped like so many times during that 2-week period. But opening line, Eagles plus 1.5. Hammer it if you think the Eagles are going to win. And don't look now. And again, it's early, but I think I heard that they're going to open up Brandon Graham's practice window today, which means we could have a BG sighting in the Super Bowl. But Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. Let me know who your GOAT is, and let's have some fun over the next 2 weeks. Some quick housekeeping notes. Yesterday, I do want to apologize. I feel like the sound was not right. I don't know what happened. When I did my sound check, it was fine. But on the video yesterday, the sound was just very tinny, I guess would be I don't know. I'm not sure what the science or the real term is, but it sounded bad. So I do apologize for that. Celebrate the Eagles' victory by going to Ella's link in the description and buy some Girl Scout cookies, and let's celebrate this Super Bowl. Be sure to check me out on social media, Jimbo_Mott on Twitter and TikTok, on Instagram at Philly Jimbo. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jimbo_Mott. Be sure to check out our friends over on Pattison. We're featured in there a couple times a week. Get the news coverage, Philly sports related, all delivered to your inbox. Doing good things over there. Check out the Clashing Conferences. Great things happening with their fan network. And then, of course, go to Philly Goat, as seen on TV. Lots of Philly Goat stuff in the stands yesterday. You always love to see that. But Philly Goat was well represented in our section at our tailgate. So go to Philly Goat. Use that promo code Jim Montgomery to take 10% off of your order. Celebrate the big win. Get your Eagles gear. Get eagled up for the Super Bowl. All right. Other than that, I mean, it was a big day. Obviously, big day in Philly sports, but not much else going on, which no Sixers, no Flyers, as well it should have been. All eyes on the Eagles. But the Flyers are back in action tonight at the Wells Fargo Center to take on the Devils. Look to get back on the winning track after the brutal New York little road trip there. But that's tonight at the Wells Fargo Center against the Devils. All right, today we're going to go back to 2002. And on this day in 2002, the Eagles took on the St. Louis Rams in the NFC Championship game out in St. Louis. It was the young upstart Eagles versus the greatest show on turf. And the Eagles actually had a 17-13 lead at halftime in this game, but a huge third quarter drive where the Rams just imposed their will on the young Eagles and ate up 12 and a half minutes of clock time in the third quarter. Really kind of put the game away. The Eagles did try to rally late, but Aeneas Williams ended the rally by intercepting Donovan McNabb on fourth down late in the fourth quarter. Eagles lose 29-24. However, the seeds were planted. We knew the future was bright. Little did we know it would take 3 more NFC Championship games before we would finally break through. But on this day, it was 2001 NFC Championship game. Eagles lose to the St. Louis Rams 29-24. This was the year that Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl, but the seeds were planted for the Eagles. Again, we didn't realize it was going to take us 3 more trips before we broke through. But 29-24, Eagles lose to the Rams today. The greatest show on turf versus the young upstart Eagles. All right, finally today, we got to continue the forgiveness now that we're in the Super Bowl. We need that good karma. We need to release that negativity out into the ethos. And today, we're going to forgive one Freddie Mitchell. And Freddie was the number 25 overall pick in the 2001 draft. Lots of hype surrounding Freddie Mitchell coming into his Eagles career. Most of that was brought on by Freddie Mitchell himself. But Freddie Mitchell never really lived up to the hype. 4 years in Philly, 90 catches, 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns. And quite frankly, that's like what you'd expect one season from such a hyped up receiver. They could have had Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne went after Freddie Mitchell, but we got Fred X. Some good memories with Freddie Mitchell, though. He had the 2 touchdown game against Minnesota in the divisional round. Obviously, 4th and 26. He caught the pass on McNabb's ridiculous scramble on that Monday night game in Dallas. Also, he wanted to thank his hands for being so great. But he also had a lot of negativity. He had a lot of mouth, didn't really back it up. Gave the Patriots all the bulletin board material they needed going into that Super Bowl. Didn't mention any of them by names, just their numbers, and they took that as disrespectful. As I go back to like Michael Jordan in The Last Dance, and I took that personally. So they came out and had something ready for Freddie Mitchell, but we got to forgive Freddie for this one. I know a lot of people still don't like Freddie Mitchell, and that's fine. But we're going to forgive him today because we need that good karma heading into Super Bowl 59. So, Freddie, I am going to forgive you for giving the Patriots the bulletin board material before Super Bowl 39. I'm going to forgive you for not living up to the hype, your own hype, and just having a very blah career, I guess, in Philly, minus like 2 big moments. You'd certainly talk the talk. Didn't really walk the walk. I'm also going to forgive you because this isn't really your fault. However, you're not Reggie Wayne. So I'm going to forgive you for not being Reggie Wayne. Also going to forgive the Eagles front office for not drafting Reggie Wayne and taking you. That's not on you. That's on the Eagles front office. Thank you for 4th and 26. Thank you for the Minnesota game. You like to thank your hands for being so great. I don't know how great they were, but I'll forgive you for that too. We need the good karma. So Freddie Mitchell, the day the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, I forgive you. We'll have more on the Flyers. We'll have a lot more on the Eagles Super Bowl as I get a chance to kind of rewatch some of this game and things like that. But enjoy it, Philadelphia. On this day in 2002, Eagles lose to the Rams 29-24 in the NFC Championship game. Really was a game they could have won. They just didn't have the experience the Rams had at the time. But the stage was set moving forward for the Eagles to finally, 3 years later, break through to the Super Bowl. But this year, we're going to the Super Bowl. Enjoy it, Philly. Enjoy it. We certainly earned it. It's been a long, fun season, but we got one more game left. We're not done yet. We have one more game day. We have hopefully one more Victory Monday left. I cannot wait. This has been This Day in Philly Sports History for January 27th, 2025. My name is Jim Montgomery. Be sure to let me know who your go to the game is. I'm going Jalen Hurts, who finally just said enough is enough. Take that, national pundits. Take that, everybody who thinks I can't pass. I'm going to the Super Bowl. Go have yourselves a Monday. And until next time, go Birds.